Hey guys, welcome to the Year Beer Earners podcast.
You never tell me when we're starting.
I know that's the kind of the fun of the show. Yeah. So
yeah, it is fun. I don't want to be rude, but
yeah. Be rude? What do you mean? You don't want to be rude?
oh, like just now I'm starting. Like, is that what you're trying to? Is that the point you're making? Like,
What do you mean?
like that I'm always rude, and now I care about it.
No. That's not the point.
Cards on the fucking table.
I don't know what's fucking happening right now. You're like coming at me aggressive, man. First he was kicking my fucking camera stand before we started, and now he's like over there like gaslighting me and shit. I don't know what's
I'm
happening.
not gaslighting you.
It smells like gas.
I think it's in your head.
Welcome everybody to the Year
Welcome.
Beerners podcast. Welcome everybody.
Hello. Hello.
It took us a bit of time to get started back up today. I had to charge my phone because we are still cheap bastards and use our phones as cameras. Well, actually, these are both my phones.
These are cameras.
They're cameras, yeah. We don't got that big producer money. It's kind of darker in here than usual, I feel like. We need to get like some ring lights in here. We got to like fab it up a bit.
Ring light.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so I think we have a pretty good show for you guys. I know I said I think because I'm not sure. You never know what exactly can happen. So today is boys' night. Boys' night.
Boys' night.
It's always boys' night,
It's
bruh.
always boys' night, man. Get some fucking Pabst.
Yeah.
Pabst. Blue Ribbon.
Yeah.
A sixer for $3.99.
I don't think I've ever had a Pabst.
I had 10 in a night, and that
It
next
probably
day
wrecked you.
poo was so bad.
That's the thing I've always heard about Pabst is that it just makes you shit like uncontrollably the day after.
Yeah, because it's like water. Like you can
Yeah.
do 10
Yeah.
at my weight.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I might have had it once.
It's not, you're too old now. Don't drink Pabst. You have a job.
I'm about to be a dad.
Yeah, well,
It's kind of a dad beer though, isn't it?
it's like it turned into a hipster beer. It used to be like a dad beer, I think.
I mean,
Not like Miller Lite. I think that's more of a dad beer.
Miller Lite
Coors.
is Bud Light. Bud Light.
Coors,
Bud Light was always my family's, our household.
Budweiser.
Bud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those beers are all
Fuck.
bad though.
I had two
Yeah.
V8s today.
Good for you.
Yeah, still yawning.
We have been stockpiling on. You probably even saw on those body armor drinks because they're because I was telling you I was sick. Me and Jordan were both sick on Monday with a stomach bug. We thought we had food poisoning, but what happened was we went to my family to my side of the family on Saturday. I met my brother, his fiance, and their 4 girls, and my grandma and grandpa. My mom and dad were there too. Because they were in town, so they were there, and we went over to my in-laws Sunday for Easter on Easter Day, and everything went fine. And then Monday morning, Jordan's got bad stomach like symptoms where and up at 4:00 in the morning going to the bathroom, and then I woke up about 9 and I stood up. I'm like, holy shit, it's hitting me too, and we thought it was food poisoning. It was probably the worst. Poops I've ever had. Well, I've had in a long time, I'd say. They're pretty bad.
Damn, man.
And I texted my dad, and he said, yeah, and my dad, it takes a lot to keep him from going to work. He missed work because he was sick. Yeah.
Christy.
Yeah. So they all had the same thing. So I think there was just a stomach bug going around their side on their side. So my brother's fiance, she's pretty much my sister-in-law at this point. She's been in the family for a while, and I love her, but and her girls, and she is a teacher, so I'm thinking maybe she had got something from one of her students.
One of those little fuckers got
One
her
of those
sick.
little fuckers.
Yeah,
Those youths.
fucking damn it.
Fucking nasty fucking kids.
I went to the dentist today.
Nice. Yeah, I went in January. So
Nice.
yeah.
I have a cavity.
You have a cavity? I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't go for like 6 years, and I went
What?
and I didn't have shit, dude.
You have shit.
I had some buildup, and
I went 6 months ago. No cavity.
Yep.
I had a lot of candy.
Yeah, I've had a lot of candy since my
What?
appointment.
Like,
It's like you get the free pass, you go there, and it's like, oh boy, you don't have anything. It's like, sweet, I get like a free like pass at candy in life, and
yeah, what the fuck?
I think I'm okay though. I don't think I have anything else stirring in there. I have pretty good teeth as it is. I've always had good teeth, I think.
Thought I did.
Yeah.
They like have this new technology with the hook thingy where it's like electrified now and it has like air that shoots out. Fucking hurts.
Sounds like it hurts.
Yeah, I miss just use the manual on me. She's like, oh, this thing works.
Oh, they filled it too while you were there?
No, they didn't fill it.
Oh, they got it scheduled too?
I'm gonna.
Oh.
They're trying to like push this like ceramic filling that's molded like a tooth.
Yeah.
And it costs like $1,000.
Fucking crazy.
Or they're like, well, if you want to do the resin, which is just, it won't last as long.
I got
$90. I'm like, I'll do that. I'll do the 90.
It was funny. I actually called to pay my bill because my place is just a local place. It's not like a chain or anything. And I called and to see if I could, because usually when I pay medical stuff, it's always just online, like everything around here, hospital, family.
I just don't pay the bills that aren't online.
Yeah, and
I don't give a fuck, man.
Well, I called because I was trying to pay it, and I was like, "Can I just give you my credit card number over the phone?" And the woman I was talking to was like, "Yeah, this is way more expensive than what I'm going to audit this again and then call you back," because it was a pretty pricey bill. But the mouth guard for my bruxism, which is like grinding at night, cost itself was like $320.
Oh,
it was really pricey.
Wow.
And I've already worn it down significantly since I got it. And I've never liked, because when I got my braces off back in like middle school, like they're like clear retainers you wear. They're kind of like Visalign. They're molded to your teeth. You wear them at night, and it's to make sure that nothing shifts or anything. And no matter what you do with those type of things, is that you can rinse them out, you can clean them out, you can brush them. They always smell so bad, and that's why like animals always try to get at them.
Effordent.
Yeah, it's just like it's just like a mouth guard. It's just a plastic thing, and I hate the way it feels on my teeth, but it keeps me from grinding. And they were showing me in my teeth scans, like just how my right side, just how much some of my molars and even my canine is filing down because I grind.
Oh.
Yeah, so
chewing some twine. That'll sharpen them.
Will it?
Yeah, like cat claws.
That's not how that fucking works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go chew on some sand too, right? Because you can sand a knife, sharpen it.
Yeah, why not?
So go chew on some sand. That's gonna help.
Yeah.
I think the problem here is the same problem that people had for, you remember when like the activated charcoal was such a big trend with brushing your teeth? Do you remember that? People were like brushing their teeth with like black stuff to whiten their teeth. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, that was like a big thing. They were using activated charcoal, and they're like, yeah, it makes your teeth whiter. But like the thing is that yes, it will, because it's abrasive. And when you use something that's abrasive against your enamel, it's going to wear away your enamel, and the dentin is the soft stuff underneath your enamel.
So it's just teeth are.
Yeah.
When I was maybe in high school, I used to go to the tanning bed a lot, and I watched this episode of 2.5 Men.
Yeah,
where Alan like goes to the tanning bed, and here's how dumb I was. He gets like really tan, like he sits in there too long.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they see him, he like looks bad, but he smiles and his teeth are really white. But I didn't understand like things like contrast or juxtaposition.
Oh yeah, big difference.
So I started going to the tanning bed, and I would smile in the tanning bed.
Oh my god,
like,
you really?
Yeah.
How old were you when you did that?
Older than I would like to admit. I'd sit there for 20 minutes smiling.
I mean, I could see kind of your because they do have those. No, they do. To your credit, they do have those teeth whitening things. That's light. It's like there is light that is actually has.
This was like 2010.
Oh, I mean that's
maybe 2009.
You were a teenager. You were like what?
We didn't have
16?
that technology then. Sure,
15, 16.
Fucking idiot, dude.
There is like light things you can put in your mouth.
I didn't know about that.
And it actually has antibacterial properties. Some air fresheners, it sucks the air in and it passes it through like a bright, I think it's UV light, and it kills the bacteria. Air fresheners.
That can't be good for you.
And then there's actually toothbrush holders that do the same thing. Yeah, it's
wow.
just light.
Well, like,
so I could see why you would think that. Like, I don't think it's a dumb thing. You shouldn't beat yourself up for that.
I'm not. I'm over it. But Why when I get an X-ray, they put the weighted blanket on you, and
Oh
then,
yeah, the lead blanket.
and
Yeah.
then she runs and hides
Does she
behind,
do like the hose thing and
like,
like?
comes around, might
Yeah.
bite on. But
Did
she
you have
like,
to bite on the fucking thing? That's really painful to bite
yeah,
on.
she told me put it on your tongue and bite
yeah.
down, and I'm
Those
like, I'm
things
not.
suck.
I told her I'm not biting down on my
I
tongue.
was so mad because like she
It
kept
hurts.
saying, "I'll put it back there. I know it's gonna be uncomfortable." I'm like, "This is the most pain
Like,
I've ever
that's
had
fine,
in my
but on my
life.
tongue.
It's so uncomfortable."
But then I'm like, why are you hiding? You
Mhm.
put this on me. My face is exposed. What the fuck is that doing?
right, and then yeah, she's hiding.
And then she's
so
like,
much.
I gotta get a better photo of that. I'm like, okay, so you just shaved off another 5 years off my life.
yeah,
with that
just
fucking
blasting me with
photo.
radiation.
Jesus
You can
Christ.
feel a heat wave coming off it. No, you can't. But like
Yeah.
it's like, but they have that weird giant straw thing, and I don't know if it's like to collect the bouncing radar. Like I don't know what it is for, like a camera or something. But
I just feel like
it's weird seeing
it
your
could go
teeth.
wrong.
Yeah. I don't think it'd go wrong. I don't think it's enough anything in there to do some damage.
Man,
but
who
I can
knows?
imagine you probably don't want to do that too many times. I know I had to have a lot of x-rays when I had braces.
MRIs are probably worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I wish like you could just get a yearly MRI. So they're like, oh, there's a weird bump in your
That's
groin.
just a
Why don't
part
you
of
go
like your checkup
yeah,
is just to get ran through an
yeah,
MRI
get
like
run
once a
through,
year.
because sometimes you're like, I got a tummy ache, and
Sometimes
like,
you
well,
gotta just get ran through the just get nuked for a
can't
second.
you like
yeah.
Or like, why does my doctor have to like hold my balls to tell me if I have a hernia? Why
You know,
can't they
you
just
might be
run me
onto
through
something
an
there.
MRI?
Why don't we do that?
I just want a body like
MRIs
probably
are
because
fucking
they're
expensive.
yeah, they're expensive and
And
they
there's
probably are
not enough of them, I would think.
probably not enough. Probably not something that you want to do.
Every American that follows up with a primary care physician on a schedule to be ran through an MRI would probably be pretty overwhelming to our system, I would imagine.
Or
I mean,
just,
can you just opt for one? Can you just be like, huh, I just want to be
I don't
safe?
know. I think you got to be referred.
You'd have to actually have a
Yeah,
referral.
but,
Like if I had genuine concern to my doctor, I'd be like, hey, look, maybe say, man, you've had manifest this, like I have like cancer in my family. I want to get this checked out.
Yeah, my shoulder's been hurting.
Yeah. Or I have a lump somewhere deep down where only I can feel it.
Yeah,
And can I get it scanned and just do a quick scan just to be safe?
you might be able to, but I don't know. Maybe in like with our lovely capitalist healthcare,
Yeah.
not everyone is going to be able to do it.
Right.
But I don't know. Be nice.
I think that's just kind of like the thought that I think a lot of people have. I know you've probably had it too, and I know I've had it, but it's just like people in my life that have had cancer. I mean, they were usually older, but me and you have at least one mutual I can think of that passed away at a young age from cancer, from leukemia. And it's just kind of that thought of just like, it could just happen at any time. It's a life-changing thing. And,
Yeah.
you know, like I had family members that was diagnosed, and the month after they diagnosed, they spiraled and it just went pancreatic.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's a scary thing. I don't want to talk it into existence either, but
Yeah.
just a fucking terrible, absolutely awful disease. I just know I don't fully grasp it or understand it fully as far as like the science behind it, and just like, I don't know.
High fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, I'm fucked then.
Yeah, dude. I eat a lot of cereal bars.
Yeah, you do.
I ain't gonna
You
stop.
you eat enough to get sleepy. Do you think the V8s are countering the Fruity Pebble
So
bars?
just at zero all the time.
Yep, it just kind of keeps you at a baseline.
Yeah. Just keeps me going. Yeah,
The
maybe.
V8s are counteracting it.
Well, unless I find a better snack.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good point.
I keep saying I'm gonna stop drinking pop, and I'll go like a few days
Don't-
without it.
Do you drink V8?
I don't drink V8.
It's a good substitute. Or there's Celsius, which is like 2 V8s in one.
I want to
I
get
get
into
headaches from that,
I want to
though.
get into, but it's more expensive. I want to get into the liquid IV stuff. It's like it's kind of thick, but it's like really
Isn't it just
hydrating.
water?
Yeah, you mix it with water and
Just
it's
drink
flavored.
water.
It's extra. Apparently, I don't know what the science behind it.
Uh,
Again, I'm not.
Probably bullshit.
It's probably bullshit. But
Drink Propel if you want a
I'll
little.
just drink fucking water.
The pomegranate blueberry V8s, man, they're so good. I could drink fucking.
I might have to try it. You get them in bulk. It looks like you just buy them.
if I can. Yeah, there was a bit of a drought last year or the year before, so I started
The
getting
drought?
it. Yeah, there's when all the import shit was happening for some
Mhm.
reason. Sugar drinks, it was a
Mm-hmm.
frenzy, man. I was paying like $40 on Amazon to get a fucking pallet.
That's insane.
Yeah, they're usually 16, but
Oh my god,
yeah,
That's crazy.
I got to have my juice, man.
Yeah, I got so we've been doing our last of the big Amazon. Like yesterday, we had like 5 packages from Amazon because we're getting all our last baby stuff, and tomorrow I'm gonna have my the rest of my to-go bag stuff. So it's like the bag I'll have thrown in my car when she goes into labor. That way, it's like in the car ready to go. So
I got a
like,
go bag.
Yeah, go bag.
I got a go bag too.
So I got a. You do, just to be safe.
It's in a tree in a park.
Oh.
It's got like $10,000 in it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, mine doesn't
bag.
have that.
Change of clothes.
Why? Just in case you ever need to start a new life, start over. Like something happens, something goes sideways.
I said too much.
You
already.
said too much.
There's a burner phone that's forwarded to another burner phone, and I throw that burner phone into the ocean.
What is this life you lead? I thought I knew you.
Yeah, you thought wrong.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Well,
anyways, was there anything? I know we were laughing at some things. Is there anything podcast worthy? Anything before we jump into music today that you were wanting to talk about?
I'm laughed out.
You're laughed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I got Lego Star Wars like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you've been playing some Lego Star Wars.
It's great.
Good. I'm happy for you. Yeah.
Game. I think. Yeah, I love it. Rachel and I play it religiously.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm trying to find a game to play because I'm going to be bringing because I usually play on my Switch. I didn't think I'd love a Switch as much as I did, and I really got my money's worth with it because I got it, and it's like when I get home, I can play on the couch, and Jordan can watch a show. I can watch it with her.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a game that I can play to kind of keep me busy because I don't know how long
Lego Star Wars.
We'll be in labor.
It's on the Switch, right?
Yeah, it is. I guess I could have gotten that.
You should get it. I mean the good one that gets $70. But you get all the DLCs when they come out.
Yeah,
I'm trying season 2.
I'm trying to wrap my head around getting a Lego game that's like new. Like it looks good. Like
so we've beaten all the missions.
Yeah,
for like the storyline.
Would it be fun if it was just you playing it alone, or is it better just 2-player?
It's awesome with both or alone because it's split screen.
Yeah.
No, it's great, and like there's so much to do. Like, like beating like the storylines is just the beginning, man.
Okay,
just the beginning. Yeah, like to get to like the true completionist. There's all these little like scavenger hunt things, and then unlock all the characters. Yeah, there's like fucking 400 characters. 400, man, or 350 or something.
Sweet. And
then they're gonna release like Mandalorian season 2.
Oh wow, yeah.
And you get like,
you actually play the Mandalorian first season?
You can't play the story, but you can unlock him and play as him. Din. And Baby Yoda follows behind him.
Oh, that's
an
cool.
NPC. Grogu. Sorry, not a fucking nerd. Bruh. But yeah, Ahsoka's gonna come out with the new one.
Oh,
yeah. So, and it's like Grand Theft Auto, but you're fucking Lego Star. Like it's that free roam, like that.
Gamers would call that open world.
Open world, yeah. Sorry. It's an open world. It's a
actually.
It's a multiplayer mass RPG.
It's a MMO RPG.
It's an MMO. I didn't even say it right. I'm gonna get roasted for that.
Yeah, you are.
No, dude. It's like so.
Claim to be a gamer.
It's like it's an easy game, but that's nice because it's so comforting. And I playing the original. It was fucking hard. For one, there's no crosshairs, so you're just shooting randomly.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
And the puzzles were harder.
Yeah.
But this one's nice. It's all fleshed out and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And you can do space battles. I bought the Death Star.
You bought the
Death Star.
You bought the Death Star.
You can spawn it in space.
It feels like my arms feel like they get in the way. Like I feel like, what do I do with
your
these?
Elbows?
Yeah, like my elbows knock and... Yeah.
And then you roll through.
Yeah. Oh, it's a roll through. Yeah. Okay.
But it
sounds like you go out with some craft beers and you go out with your buddies and you play some disc golf.
Yeah, you listen to Dave Matthews and you wear sandals and it's like a great time.
I could see myself doing that too.
Yeah.
Maybe not the Dave Matthews, but
I went with my dad and Tony and
put my Birkenstocks on.
It was like you would never get either of them to go on a hike or like a walk, like a nice like nature walk. But to say, hey, throw this frisbee and hit shit, and then you go through the woods.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're just doing a nature walk. But yeah, it's just, I don't know.
I think I would like to get into camping, hiking, backpacking. I'd like to get into. We were watching that winning that Lakers mockumentary. It has
Lakers. Is that a sports team?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Los Angeles Lakers.
I thought it was
Magic Johnson. Kareem. Yeah.
He was an airplane.
Okay, so anyways, we were watching that, and I was like, basketball is a lot of fun to watch, and I used to love watching high school basketball games. So I'm just really not coordinated or athletic. So
yeah, basketball's.
I need to get
it's a lot of shape. A lot of breathing.
Yeah,
baseball is fun to play. A lot of stopping.
A lot of standing around.
Yeah. Yeah. Basketball's really high intensity.
Yeah. A lot of back and forth. You have to have a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
Do it. Anything else you think of? No?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. So let's go and get into the music. So this is the Ear Earners podcast. So let's go ahead and roll the music. Welcome to the Ear Earners podcast, everybody. We have reached the music portion of our show.
Holy shit, we did it.
We got to it. Yama, yama, ya. Yama, yama, ya. Ya, ya, yama, ya, ya.
This is my fault.
Yama, ya, ya.
He's singing Disturbed music.
Yeah.
Yama,
Yama,
yama.
Stupefy is now stuck in all of your fucking heads.
That's right. It's just funny, like,
whoa.
Like that we used to love all these bands that we shit on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like we don't hate them either.
It's
a mixed.
I don't hate them. No, it's just kind of like they served their purpose when I was younger, and looking back,
it's so many people like just can't let go.
They can't let
go.
They're
like, man, this fucking.
And there's no real reason to let go of it. I mean, if they like it, they like it.
So. The bridge of Down with the Sickness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the part they edited out to be radio friendly? I'll be a good boy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's only on the
Let
album.
It Go.
Okay.
That doesn't need, like, what the fuck? What was that?
I'll be a good boy. I think was that his story about him being abused as a child? Was that? That's what I always heard.
Yeah. But the fucking the mode that it was delivered in.
Well, we were also talking about Yellow Lead Better.
That's a good song. I don't have very many negative things to say about Pearl Jam. It's one of those bands where what they started makes me hate them. But
okay,
as far as the music goes, I'm like,
I like Pearl Jam.
Yeah, I like Pearl Jam too.
I like Pearl Jam. Do you like Creed?
No, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's like that. If it wasn't for Pearl Jam, would we have Creed? Probably not.
No,
but I've watched both of them closely. They don't sing as similarly as you would think.
No, they don't. No,
Creed guys are.
Yeah.
I watched that awesome video of Pearl Jam doing Black live, like the Unplugged, and Eddie Vedder goes off at the fucking end.
Holes on the camera.
Oh, nice! It's such a great like performance. But I watched, and he doesn't like scrunch his face up and go.
He actually has moments where he does bring out a nice vocal, like like Eddie Vedder can sing.
Scott Stapp's like literally holding on.
He relies
for dear
on
life.
It's a lot of tension.
Yeah,
you can tell it's very tense, and it's not like he's not loose with it. Like
yeah.
And
then like
I know I used
to be into Stained.
Oh, I used to love Stained.
Yeah, but
my emo
he's
heart.
like a fucking conservative, like
Yeah,
douchebag
what happened?
now.
What
and, like,
happened there?
Well, I think he was always that, but then he decided that it was somehow important and essential that he talked about it.
I'm done being emo, and now I'm a country.
Yeah, like
rat wing loving.
That's the thing.
Red blooded.
They're
country boy.
They wanted to be so hard, and then you read the lyrics, and you're like, okay, you're kind of a little bitch.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done fuck things up again. I don't think he yarls, but
he actually has a good voice. That's one thing I can't say about him is that he does have a good.
He does. It's just so cringy now. To enjoy it.
What is like another big Stain song that everybody knows that's really good? And that's
Mud Shovel.
Oh, Mud Shovel.
Mud Shovel's fine.
I like Mud Shovel.
Yeah, don't pull that up.
I'm not pulling it up. No.
Okay. They're like, let's fine. Let's listen to Stain. Oh yeah, keep me right here waiting.
That's 3 Doors Down. That's not Stained. That's not Stained.
It is. It's not.
That's not Stained.
Oh, okay. I thought that was.
Definitely.
You always find a way to keep me right. Are you sure? I think it's.
Oh shit, you might be right.
I think it's Stained. 3 Doors Down.
You always found a way.
I don't think 3 Doors Down could write a melody like that.
Richard Marx. Oh, you're right. It is Stained. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
I think that's too beyond the writing capabilities of 3 Doors Down. And I don't like Stained, and I can at least say
maybe I was confusing it with another song.
Yeah, I mean it's like.
It's Stained. It's 3 Doors Down adjacent.
Like, Stain, Seether, like.
Well, what was that meme that you had? Like our radio station, rock radio station, true rock radio station.
I saw you, and you saw me, and I saw what I saw, and you see me, and you see me.
Literally every song that was on the radio back in the early thousands.
And that's a really strained like technique too. That really hurts to do.
Oh man, God, how does the singer from Trap still have a voice? Right, like that was that fucking. It's drug to take you.
Is that the band that got canceled on Facebook?
Yeah, because they're idiots.
I get them and Tantric mixed up.
Well, yeah, still, fucking that vocal style at the time was so like it had to have killed so many voices. Like
3 Days Grace. How many people left the band? Didn't he?
I liked his voice because like when he'd actually sang, like 3 Days Grace is kind of a shell of what they used to be without that singer. But
they're kind of in that category. You put Breaking Benjamin where there's like a little bit of respect.
Okay,
but it's not like enough where you're like,
I'm going back to it. Yeah,
you're like, I gotta fucking
hit
that.
Right.
But like as far as what that style has to offer,
who was the singer to 3 Days Grace?
Oh, I can Adam Driver. Levine.
Was it? No, it wasn't Adam Levine.
I don't know what his fucking name was.
I don't fucking remember. But anyways,
then there's that butt rock band, My Darkest Days. That song Porn Star Dancing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
She rides upon that pole.
Oh my God. That era of music is so dog shit.
Wasn't that like 2012? Like we didn't think we could get any lower.
She likes to shake her ass.
Don't touch Nickelback.
Yeah.
I'm like post ironic with Nickelback.
Yeah, that's true.
We like them right now.
I got a bad girlfriend.
Like they just embrace it. You know what? I was thinking about there's that song is like, I want a backyard I can play baseball in.
Right. Yeah.
Like that is the best country song I've ever heard.
I think I know. Like,
you know why?
Why?
Have I said this before?
Huh.
What? Like
why Rockstar is
why Rockstar is the best country song?
Okay, yeah.
Because
good things happen.
No, because like
nothing runs away, nobody dies. Dog doesn't run away.
No, those are good country songs. But,
okay,
but I almost said Bradley Cooper, but Bradley, who's it? Not Brantley Gilbert. Brad. This fucking name.
He's got a fucking stroke over there.
The guy who's married to Gwen Stefani or Anna Faris.
Oh, you're talking about
take that guy or Jason Aldean or Luke Bryan.
You're talking about like he was like voted like the hottest guy, or was that Luke Bryan? Was
probably Luke Bryan. Luke Bryan is kind
of he looks like Beavis.
Butthead. Yeah,
he looks like Butthead.
You take those songs where they're talking about being in the backwoods and their girl in the blue jeans and their tailgate down, And then none of those fuckers live like that. They all live in mansions, and they're like really wealthy. They don't live in the sticks. Most of them, I don't know.
Have dirt.
There's always an exception. There's like Chris Stapleton or someone who's like actually the real deal.
Right.
But all those guys write those songs knowing damn well they don't live that life. But then Nickelback comes in and they write the exact song that
exactly
emulates how they live. And he's like, this is good shit. I want this shit. I want to get paid and I want to buy shit. That's why it's the greatest. It's the most honest country song.
Yeah, you think any of these actual like rich,
like Willie Nelson probably living a
he's probably got like fucking Canada,
but he never wrote songs about that either.
He's probably got like petting zoo in his property, I'd imagine. Like Robert Downey Jr. basically has he's not a country singer, but he's got basically like a petting zoo in his own house. Like he's got,
my God. Yeah, sure, why not? Go for it.
But these famous country singers, do they ever even jump on a tractor? Do they even like as soon as they get home to their mansion, it's like
they may have grown up that way, but they don't do that anymore, and it's just I don't know. And then they all write songs for each other. They don't even nothing is really. Like my parents always like to use that as like a point to brag about like how like talented they're. Like they've written songs for like 60 different artists, and I'm like, doesn't that ruin the authenticity a little bit?
Yeah,
that you have like a ghostwriter.
I lost a lot of respect when I learned at a young age that like pop singers like they buy like people like have songs that are written and then they give it to the singers, and it's like, isn't there a little bit more authenticity? And like I'll respect you more as a musician if this is a song that you wrote, like maybe you did some production on, like you just sang on.
I'm not
like,
as mad about pop music though.
I fucking hate pop music for that reason. Like where's the creativity?
I'm not that mad though, because I don't think pop ever tried to pretend to be that authentic like country music does, whether like that grassroots and shit. Like pop was always artificial, and I'm not surprised, I guess. Right.
Like you hear all the time, like, well, this song was sold to Ellie Goulding. It didn't go to Katy Perry, but then Katy Perry got this when Taylor whoever didn't get this, it's like.
Taylor writes her music though.
Yeah. But, I'm just using examples. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not coming at anybody.
I don't know why I defended her. I actually don't like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, don't say that here. We'll get canceled. But we love Taylor.
No, we don't. I don't like Taylor Swift. She's got zero range. I mean,
I don't like Taylor either.
But like a lot of them are, you kind of go there for the voice.
Yeah.
But what are you going to Luke Bryan for? You want a guy, like a dude. He's gonna take care of his girl.
You're tolling down the road in your Ford 250.
Yeah, he's in his Ford 250. But then you learn that he doesn't do that, and then it ruins it.
Driving with 2,000 metric tons.
You don't go to Luke Bryan for his voice, which God knows why he's on American Idol, but those who can do teach, I guess.
Yeah. Did you see Rudy Giuliani on The Masked Singer?
I heard about it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It's fucked up. Anyways,
good chat.
We were going to jump into the music portion. We are talking about music.
We are talking about music.
But this week we listened to Two Hunters by Wolves in the Throne Room. How exciting. So Two Hunters by Wolves in the Throne Room. This has been a cool track to listen to. Brock picked this last week when we had just got done listening to Plastic Beach by the Gorillaz. So this was kind of an interesting switch, and honestly, a short listen. It didn't take long for me to make a few playthroughs of this.
Surprising.
It's interesting. It like I started from the beginning to the end. I'm like, holy shit, that was it.
Yeah. Is that the shortest 18-minute song you've ever heard?
Yeah. Is that weird to say?
No, I think it, and I think in the one of the interviews they said the same thing.
Yeah, I kind of felt that too. It was just like, holy shit. I think it's because
it just has like a narrative. Like I feel like it's got like a linear like feel to it, and
I love the build-ups in this album, and there's a lot of moments in here where I can definitely see where you have been in your music writing, where you've been probably inspired.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I was listening to this.
This was the album. This was like like I think I was trying to like make music like Meshuggah or Tesseract, and then I watched like them do the Roadburn live show on like YouTube, and I was like watching the guitar player, and I'm like, is that really doing anything that complicated? But it's like really enjoyable to listen to. I'm like, and at that moment, I'm like, I want to make this type of shit.
And I can definitely tell that this has been an influence on
Vastness and Sorrow. That was the track that did it.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Because I believe that the album kind of starts with a more atmospheric kind of interesting spacey type of feel coming in with Dia Artio, however the fuck you say that.
That was pretty. I'm impressed.
Okay.
That was your best pronunciation yet.
Thank you. Yeah, and then Vast and the Sorrow definitely kicks it up a notch. I love Cleansing. It's just so beautiful. I love the woman feature on this track, the vocalist.
Yep.
Very pretty. Very, very nice.
Yeah, they know how to bring in like they do it on several different albums. They bring in like some haunting like female vocals and yeah. On their first album, the girl they used was like 9 months pregnant when she recorded the album.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But
So,
they got
like,
a different person for this one.
Like they were so metal, like they were in the delivery room and
and they're like
recording.
do some lines for us.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Do you hear in the background
Yeah.
just Doctor being like, push.
Yeah, fun nerd fact. I have the vinyl of this album, and there's a fifth song.
Oh wow.
And Cleansing is like 15 minutes long.
Oh my god.
It has an extended intro.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like super like dreamy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I don't know if it like Cleansing on its own is still like really good. I think it's just kind of like more of a mood like setter. Like the extra time they add on, they didn't like remove anything too essential in this like album cut. It's interesting that they didn't include it because they had plenty of time to lengthen the album if they wanted.
Yeah.
But I think that last song that they added on at the end, I don't know if it's not a better closer than I Will Lay My Bones Among the Rocks and Stones, which, fun fact, on all the printed versions, it's not stones, it's roots.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I got confused.
This is an American-based band too, right?
Yeah. So like I have the CD and the vinyl for some fucking
reason.
I
think the title track, not title track, I think the track 4 is kind of a lengthy, it's kind of a mouthful.
It's as long as the song.
Yeah, I will lay down my bones among the rocks and stones. It's a kind of a cheap rhyme kind of in the title of the track.
Yeah.
So I can see why they may have changed it to roots at one point.
Rocks and roots.
Rocks and, yeah.
I like it better.
Bones and stones is where I'm stuck at.
But yeah, the
bones and stones. Get in the zone. Bones and stones.
You're gonna say
Welcome to Bones and Stones.
AutoZone.
Yeah. I can't do the cha. What do they do?
I thought it was O'Reilly's.
Oh yeah. Auto parts. Ow.
Yeah.
It's ow.
Ow.
Yep. Bones and stones.
I know, I've lost my voice after copying that TikToker's voice.
Oh fuck!
I'd like I've shattered it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dia
Artio.
Yeah.
Artio. Dia Artio. What does that mean? Artio, heart. So like heart is like artery, maybe Arctic or like art.
You know that for a fact?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Die heart. Dia die Artio.
You know what? Let's go with that. That's fair.
Okay.
It's the heart's dying. I mean, that kind of fits.
Very spacey, and that's another thing about this. At the end of because I was reading a little bit of the lyrics because cool enough, the Spotify mobile version of this album gives you the lyrics when you listen to the last track, and this one is very much about like is very earthy, and I kind of get that sense of them because like you've told me in the past, is that this band is very in tune with nature. They very much are like, you know, if anything, it kind of gives me like really Wiccan kind of ideals of just like the lyric content is like, I live on this earth, and when I die, I will like something about like the center of the earth is stirring, and new life will form once I'm gone, and I will become the earth and be born anew type things. It's a really kind of interesting. And then the end of the song, because it kind of has this sound of hope because it ends with like birds chirping and kind of more nature. So the album kind of starts with like, I think I just heard like crickets chirping, and you feel like you're in the forest at night. It kind of gives you that feel of that nocturnal, you're in the woods. And then at the end, you kind of get the birds chirping. So it's kind of like something being born anew. Maybe like, birds that you hear first thing in the morning, like a new day has started type of thing, right? So it's kind of an awesome kind of bookend there. Like we start at night with the crickets, and then we end with the album with the birds chirping, as if like, and it says in the lyrics, when I died, I'll be born anew.
Damn, that was a good take.
I pulled that all from my fucking ass.
That's fucking great, dude. That was
Well, let me actually pull up the lyrics just to show, because I want to verify if I was kind of on the right track there. In the meantime, I can probably play some more of the intro, but
there's this great lyrics.
You get the owl too. Kind of get an owl hooting. So like, of course, it's at night because you're hearing an owl.
So spacey.
Very spacey.
And like, I remember when I first heard them, I this was one of the first bands that had like the rawest production style I'd ever heard up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it was a bit of a leap to get into it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, now, you know, we're just the shit we've heard since then. I mean, this is pretty high production, like in comparison. But I remember it was kind of tough. But I think the first thing I heard was their live album because it was for free on Bandcamp, and that was when I used to just get all the free shit I could.
Yeah, yeah.
And I probably wouldn't have heard the band if it hadn't been free.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, this is kind of raw, but I'm like, I kind of like what's happening.
I really liked it. I also really enjoyed this vocalist. He's got a really nice, screamy black metal kind of vocal. Like, it doesn't get tiring. I like the layering and the effects they done to it too.
It's surprising because you would think it would be tiring.
It's not. I like it. So, like I was saying, for the lyrics at the end of and I know we're not on this track yet, but I just kind of go on what I was saying. It says, the torment, this is the lyrics for "In my bones, I will lay down my bones among the rocks and stones. The torment has ended. The beast has done his work. Great fires rage outside of this wooded sanctuary, but soon they will be quenched by a purifying rain. The embers of the ceremonial fire burn to ash. A new warmth stirs within the center of the earth. I am alone here no more. The wood is filled with the sounds of wildness. The songs of birds fill the forest in this new morning. This will be my new home. Deep within the most sacred grove, the sun god is born anew. I will lay down my bones among the rocks and roots of the deepest hollow next to the stream bed. The quiet hum of the earth's dreaming is my new song. When I awake, the world will be born anew. And then it ends with like the sounds of morning. So it's kind of a interesting way. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Deep.
You did a deep dive, man.
Yeah, bro.
Like a deep theory.
It's not a theory. It's a music theory.
Like, I've not read the lyrics to this. Maybe I did originally, but yeah, I never really dove into it.
I can really see Deaf Heaven getting big influence from this band.
Yeah.
Big influence from this band, from Deaf Heaven.
Yeah, I could see that too, definitely. But man, this
Triumphant.
It's such a good like just build up. Yeah. Then it gets really melancholic.
Yeah.
It's so hazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're from the Pacific Northwest. They're out of Olympia.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah, that rings a bell.
It makes sense.
Yeah, isn't that kind of where Agalock is too?
Yeah, they're out of Portland.
So yeah, so basically, right next door, pretty much, right?
Kind of, you can tell the inspiration. I mean, similar to like the Norwegian bands, were more frostbitten type black metal. I mean, this is definitely.
But I was definitely very happy listening to this intro track and kind of giving me a taste of what I was in for. I was like, yeah, this is. I can do this because I have, ever since you've shown me more music that's had the similar sound, I've really enjoyed it. I know you actually gave me, it's not exactly like Deaf Heaven. I'm not going to say it's like just like that, but because that's definitely more up, kind of depending on what you're listening to. Like if you're listening to Sunbather, as opposed to like a New Bermuda, Sunbather definitely has more of like a more uplifting kind of.
It's so
warm, but still,
their previous album.
It's a lot of
more kind of like this. I think.
Yeah.
Roads to Judah.
Yeah. This is very like reverb on top of tremolo, on top of like spacey like stuff going on underneath.
Yeah.
which I really enjoy. And then blast beats sometimes will pick up. I think it'll start picking up in Vastness and Sorrow. But
dude,
I was really happy when Vastness and Sorrow came because, like, oh, you get kind of both sides of
it's just like
this.
it's a super dark beginning.
Yeah.
Vastness and Sorrow. I mean, that was the blueprint for me for like a song that doesn't ever really let up.
Yeah.
And just how it can shift over time while still being extreme, but not being like so one note that it's like, because I mean, they do like, they stop the blast beats, they go into like a bit of a more tribal kind of rhythmic section. And yeah, I mean, to keep your attention for 12 minutes, I mean, with that types of intensity, you know, that's not easy to do.
No. Well, even as a guitarist, even as a guitarist, tremoloing that long, like that level, like kind of picking for like, and making it so it sounds like in sync, you know, it's difficult. Like I know you're really good at it. Like I don't think I have that stamina just to tremolo that long.
And I can't sweep.
Well, I mean, whatever. You don't need to sweep. I haven't really practiced sweeping in a while. I'm pretty rusty at it. I could teach you how to sweep.
Many have tried.
Just watch YouTube.
One person's tried.
I don't think I have the cleanest sweeps anyways, so it's not like...
Yeah, I mean, for what I would use it for, I don't think I'd want it very clean either.
Yeah. I've really there was a while I was really trying to really hone them down, and I got them pretty good, pretty solid, but that's when my playing went more towards blues and trying to learn more Grateful Dead type stuff and really learn the theory to be more comfortable around the whole neck and not just be a one-trick pony. And honestly, my playing has definitely gotten better because of it. So I don't have any regrets, but.
And like precision isn't like a big part of like that style either.
No.
Or like, I think in like the prog world, which I was listening to a lot of prog before coming across like Wolves in the Throne Room. So it's like so refreshing to like
more free and more,
I'm like, wow, they're just like fucking vibing to this. You can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds so kind of silly now, but
I always am impressed when a band like this is on stage and is in the middle of the space and they all know exactly still where they're at.
Yeah.
Because to me, it just sounds like this wall of sound, but like they're still up there nodding their heads. And then when the next movement comes, they don't even look at each other. The drummer smashes on a cymbal and they're into the next movement. And there has to be some kind of cue there or they're counting in their head internally. But, you know, like it is impressive because you'd have to count a long time. Like imagine how long some of these walls of sound last and you're a musician on the stage. Like that's a lot of fucking counting. Unless there's like a specific music cue that happens, maybe the drummer does a specific roll or a specific beat, or maybe there's a nod somewhere, or there's something in the headset saying, "Okay, now 5 more bars, and we're gonna kick into it."
I watched an interview with the drummer. It was recent. He said like, because they're playing at this like Philly beer fest in like May or June or something, and I would go if it was closer, but
Philly,
but he
fucking get. I was talking to Jordan. I was just like, I wouldn't fight a kid from Philly. I wouldn't fight a child from. They'd kick my ass. Sorry.
Yeah, they got like 2 craft beers that are like going to be at this festival that they worked with a vendor.
Oh yeah, I saw that online. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but the interviewer asked the drummer like, because they're it's 2 brothers in this band, and that's one of the brothers is the drummer, and he was like, "So how are you gonna get into the headspace to like play this again?" He's like, that's gonna be hard because like when I used to play these songs, like I would like throw up after like the set.
Oh, that's so much movement.
Yeah, he's like, because I really wanted to be
anything before it.
He's like, I just wanted to like beat the fuck out of the kit. Where now I feel like I play a lot differently.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's like, I probably won't drink that much before.
That could be a big part of it too.
Yeah. I think they drink red wine now, which is kind of pretentious, but they're kind of older now. But
yeah,
I mean, at the time, like there
are
so many rumors like that this band was like living in the woods.
That's what you told me
shack
when we first started talking.
Well, I read this magazine, which with the interview, and it like squelched every like. I thought this album was recorded in a barn.
Yeah, you told me that.
But then my dumbass...
You said they played live shows in the middle of the wilderness with candles.
They might have.
Bitch, they might have.
I don't know. I was going off Wikipedia, but I even had the vinyl, and I opened it up, and it like has the studio that they recorded this in, and I was like, okay, I could have just read that and then known, or I'm like, wow, the barn's got a fancy name.
Yeah.
But I mean, they described like the practice space they did the album in, which was kind of like a shack, but I think there was just so much like lore that I mean, the people did the same thing with the band Ulver. So like this whole album was recorded in the woods, and like, okay, how did they get electricity out there? There's a lot.
You can do it.
I guess
you can do it.
It doesn't sound like that shitty.
You can get one of their albums. You can get electricity almost anywhere you want to get electricity.
That was 1993.
Runs on fucking
they didn't have
1993. They
didn't have electricity.
They had fucking
They didn't have portable electricity.
God,
but yeah. Anyway, like I mean, these guys, like they do have like a nature like aesthetic, but they weren't as grassroots as I thought. But they did live on a farm that they could subsist off of, which is kind of
entirely different than living in the fucking woods.
Yeah, I mean that's like it's cool, but
yeah,
but they're not as mysterious as I once was led to believe.
No, yeah.
And if I had done maybe an ounce,
are you disappointed that they're not?
No, I'm actually
relieved that they're not that pretentious.
Well, like I was pretentious when I first listened to them, and and it's fun to know that like I could have that moment where I actually thought that, and now when I'm old and I think that that's kind of silly to be that pretentious.
Yeah.
Now to learn that they were never that way is very nice, because it's a band that somehow grew up with me, but they actually they never grew because they weren't the way I thought they were. But I grew up, and then I learned that like, hey, they were never that way. So I'm like, oh, cool. So they're like still kind of like cool dudes.
Yeah.
Because they weren't like the weirdos that I thought they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're overall, I'm like, it's funny. I didn't realize I put this shirt on today, and it almost looks like the Thrice Woven.
Kind of. You're right.
Cover below.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard that album, but
I think I've seen it.
All their Brown albums are really good.
Yeah, your shirt does kind of look like that.
Yeah, my kitty shirt.
That's a cute shirt, but you don't like cats. I thought.
Nope.
My God. My shirt is actually repping a high school friend of mine who was a drummer. His name is Dakota. He actually does some drumming on the TikToks. He's a very good drummer. And this was a band that he was in. It was called James Neary and the Bevy Blue, and it was kind of like a rock band. They did some interesting stuff. But I think they actually disbanded here recently. But I thought this shirt was sick, and I wanted to support a high school friend.
Nice.
So I got it.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of like a satellite surrounded by like different like star signs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But, shout out Dakota.
Cool, sure, yeah.
Shout out to Dakota.
Yo, young Dak, what up?
Yeah.
Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Yeah.
He actually I think Tom Morello actually shouted him out one time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
From Slayer?
Yeah, Kerry King.
That's cool.
Tom Morello.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the live stuff, because the Roadburn live record, I think it's on Spotify. They played Vastness and Sorrow, and it's like different, and I couldn't quite figure out where it was different. So like they somehow morphed it, playing it live in like a Swans like way.
Yeah,
it just changes over time. Because that is interesting. Because like I've watched their performances. I don't know who's really running the ship, and it's funny. I wanted to see them live in Chicago, but they were opening for Behemoth, and I didn't want to be around Behemoth fans. Sorry, guys. That might be mean, but Behemoth just seemed like kind of like they're kind of like edgelord type, like you know what I'm talking about, like that type of black metal. Where it's like people that are really serious about it.
Yeah.
This
is my lifestyle.
I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather be with the insufferable hipsters that like Wolves in the Throne Room.
The neckbeards.
Yeah, like everyone shit talks them, but if you had to like pick, like
they're probably nice a bunch. They're
the nicest guys. And then
I remember the couple shows that me and you went to, like kind of these more avant-garde, maybe more
like total hipster crowd.
But very nice, and they kept
guys.
the distance, and none of them were like rude, and they're you know like. I think one of the people we met when we saw Swans, like was from South Bend. From our.
He was.
Yeah. I kind of doxed us
That's
there.
fine.
That's fine. Whatever.
Nobody's
gonna find us. It's not even entirely true, but
exactly, it's not even true. We're not even from there. But.
We're not from there, but he was actually, and he actually added him on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
I think he's on that Facebook group too. So so he's like another guy that's kind of local that was really into that scene. But like, no, everybody we met was nice, and
like everyone shits on like Deaf Heaven fans because it's like false black metal, but like they're all like fucking sweethearts.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't. It's not
it's
like
music. Don't be a dick.
like they're adults. And like this false black metal.
And then you go to like
must be evil.
And I think honestly a lot of metal, because I haven't been to a whole lot of concerts that haven't been like metal, other than like of course like Dead and Company and stuff, and like you probably meet more pretentious bastards maybe at that, but like all the metal shows I've been to have been nothing but sweethearts. I think the people I've ran into, you might have some people take it a little seriously, a little overzealous, but usually it's a bunch of really nice folk. But
I mean, everything's like worse online.
Oh yeah, it's toxic. And online is a fucking toxic cesspool.
I'm that way too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I shit talk some bands, and
I know.
Yeah, I mean that's what you.
I'm too nice. I don't do that.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Or I at least like to, like constructively criticize like what genres or what. I don't know. It's like part of the discourse. But I'm not like, if you're a fan of this band, go fuck yourself. Like I don't say that or anything. But But then you meet like people who do say shit like that, and they're like, I don't know, they're not as mean as you thought they were.
Right.
Yeah. Because I mean, Wolves gets the hipster label too, but I don't think they're. I think it's unfair because they're not that far removed from the source material, at least as far as like what's worse. If they were to wear corpse paint and copy the whole Norwegian aesthetic and then write music based on like a location they don't actually live in, or is it better to take the spirit of like what was started in Norway and then adapt it to where they're from?
The latter,
that's what Agalloch did.
Yeah,
and that's what Wolves does.
I love Agalloch. We reviewed, and I think I kind of jokingly said before this week that maybe this will become my new Agalloch. And honestly, I will revisit this album.
Yeah,
and it maybe didn't hook me.
You can't deny the similarities.
Yeah, there are similarities for sure. The vocalist reminds me a lot of Agalloch. I not that it like sunk its talons. It's my God, claws into me as deep as maybe like In the Shadow of Our Pale Companion did, but it's still good. And
this is a grower, and I think Agalloch, Agalloch brings so much rock elements into it, where this is like a lot more like, I don't think there was any blast beats on the mantle, and I mean it had its like tremolo picked galloping.
I Am the Wooden Doors.
Yeah, that's like the most probably metal part of it.
Yeah,
where this is like just raw, unrelenting like onslaught.
Yeah.
So it's like it's similar in spirit and that, but I think in like execution, like Wolves goes a little more extreme.
I think I really enjoy this podcast, this experience, and this thing that we're doing, because you're really getting me into more of these kind of like Emperor and like these different black metal.
I'm getting me into Emperor too. I didn't.
No, you. Oh, okay, yeah. So
I didn't really listen to Emperor
up to that point. Yeah, Opeth. You got me listening to Opeth, more black and stuff, and So this has been really cool, getting to actually listen to more of this and really understand it.
Yeah.
Listening to Haunter, not last week but the week before, was cool too, and yeah. Going on to the album, because I know we've only truly talked a bit about I Will Lay Down My Bones and DRTO. DRTO again is just a really beautiful kind of spacey intro track to the album.
Yeah,
kind of shorter track on the album. And oh shit, what did I do?
What the fuck?
And then Vastness and Sorrow is where it kicks it up quite a bit. So let's start from the beginning so you guys can hear what we're talking about. This with the tremolo,
this
very
guitar tone, man.
It's very nice, and it's very rich, but also kind of brooding, but also kind of vintage sounding in a way.
Yeah, I think they use like orange amps.
Yeah, and
when it kicks in though, it's just so fucking insane.
I love the chord progressions because it's very kind of like doomy sounding, and like you have the like kind of the Sunbather kind of like feel good, and then it brings it down again. Yeah. Which you can argue is probably more what Death Heaven did in their New Bermuda, which I'm only familiar with New Bermuda and Sunbather. So to be fair, I'm not a big Death Heaven buff. So.
Same-ish. I mean, I know the Roads to Judah, but I didn't really pay attention after New Bermuda, which I think that's grown on me in retrospect.
I remember you said you didn't like it at first, and I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was because there was like some songs where like the mood shifted so much, like from mean to happy, and I was like, just stay mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Like, I kind of liked just how
I like the intro. I like the title track, New Bermuda. No. The water. What is it? What's the
Brought to the Water?
Brought to the Water.
Yeah. They got some songs that you know are good off that. But when they went the whole like Smashing Pumpkins direction on some of them, I was like,
it's kind of interesting.
And then he finally said, "I'm gonna actually learn to sing." And I don't know. That last album didn't really do it for me.
Okay.
Which I think it came out the same day as Wolf's new album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hi, Aggie.
It's just funny. I'm like, and I still like the Wolves' new shit.
There we go.
But yeah, the
drums sound really raw too.
Yeah, the drum. His fucking arms and feet, man.
Oh yeah. What's up, Bags?
He's doing this forever.
Yeah, he is. Aggie.
But yeah, it's not your standard chord progression, and I love how like it's so dark at the beginning, and then it gets a lot more melodic as you go along.
Yeah.
When it does like the more that tremolo riff kind of towards the end.
Yeah.
But man, the fucking drummer with those blasts.
Yeah. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Probably literally killing his muscles and his ligaments. Going into the vocals. Can you hear everything okay?
Mm-hmm. That's such an interesting fill.
Yeah, I was just
yeah. And it like goes into the next bar. And he's like, whatever.
I didn't realize this was made in 2007 when you first showed it to me. Another thing I was trying to do on my phone, I was trying to find how the fuck their logo actually spells out Wolves in the Throne Room.
Rachel and I did it.
We
found
did
it on Reddit. Yeah.
Oh, we got it. Oh, you found it on Reddit?
Yeah, I put like Wolves logo explained.
Let me play this while I look for it.
It doesn't make a lot of sense because the W is like sideways.
That's the only way I made sense of it. It's like this W has to be sideways. Wolves. It was on Reddit, you said?
I think it was Reddit, or had they like kind of someone started it, like can someone help me? And then
oh, okay.
So they started it, but then someone else links further.
I
down.
see throne here. I can see THRONE, and I can see the rest bullshit there. Okay, I see it. But why would you make it so convoluted?
Because it looks symmetrical.
Oh my god! So this is the.
You see, like the S and the W, like if you hadn't have turned one of them.
So let me kind of zoom in on this as well.
And it works because it's recognizable. Like that symmetry. I mean, I get way more mad at other ones over this one.
Yeah.
The ones that literally look like a tumbleweed.
So yeah,
brush.
the W is sideways. So it's technically a fucking E. That's not a W.
Eels.
Yeah. W. O-L. Where's the V is like on a weird crazy slant here.
Uh-huh.
And then there's E. But look, there's more going on to this.
What's the problem?
This isn't like
what's your deal?
This has got more lines going on. Like it connects to other lines. I can see the O. The O is its own shape. The L, I can kind of get the L. The V is kind of it's still fucked. But the E, no, that's not an E. This S, no. No. And then this is a T, clearly. This is a T, clearly here. TH. The H, I'm guessing, is like this or something. This is an R. So this is an H. R. O. Right here. N. E. Just never mind this line going through the middle of the fucking word. E. And then
what's wrong with you?
R. O. O. That's yeah, but like, look, what the fuck?
It's pleasing to look at.
No, it's not.
Well, not with the colors on it. You'll always know it's them though. Like, I don't know why I stuttered like that.
It's kind of weird.
It works. They're like old logo. Didn't look that good.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's fucking metal, dude. Like, you want a little pentagram thrown in there and feel all
This
cringy?
has got even more shit going on. It's got drips and shit.
Yeah. Don't knock the drips, man. Where'd the tunes go?
Okay, sorry.
You can keep looking.
I went on a tangent.
Keep looking.
Okay, vastness and sorrow.
So yeah, the drums start to go more mid-paced here, and then, which to like not have like a quiet, clean section and to like transition like that, I love it. Like it's, and I've tried to replicate that. It's never as good.
It's kind of turned down. Let me turn it up a bit.
Kind of a meditation on the original
yeah
intro.
Yeah.
So then it like
ahead a bit.
Then it starts to go.
Yeah, some kind of solo
it gets
going
more
on.
hopeful as it goes on too, and your theme of rebirth.
Yeah.
So now we're doing this driving like, almost thrash-like pace, but this tremolo. This is what did it in for me.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, like so triumphant. And
yeah, those listening, this is about close to 7 minutes into the track, so we're a 7-minute mark now.
Yeah, man.
I love the drum gallop because it's also kind of like a kind of like a
like this is the only
perfectly.
It's the only quiet part.
Yeah,
if that counts, which I don't really think it does. It's not like in the last track where you have like some spacey in between stuff.
Right. And I've always kind of been like personally, I've never been a fan of just nonstop tremolo. Personally, it's because the can kind of get a little tiring after a bit of time, but
it works here.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And
yeah,
and like I don't know, like if a band was to do this today, which Wolves doesn't even do this anymore. They're the turn they've taken is really surprising to me. Like they have their new album. There's only one song that's over 10 minutes, and the rest are like under, and they're really straightforward. And they have another guy who does like lower vocals. Does more like a growl kind of thing.
Oh wow!
And it's like really like just to the point where I think this is more of a patient listen and like a meditation on like themes. And now they're like let's fucking melt your face off with some metal. Yeah, it's like I never expected them to go this way, and I think it works somehow. Yeah, versus them trying to create 200s over and over. Yeah. I mean, in some ways, they've kind of done it. They've kind of tried to do something different every time. I mean, that Blue album, Celestite, is 100% ambient and instrumental.
It's yeah, this one here, and then there's a Celestial Lineage.
Yeah, it's like a companion album that's like no vocals, no drums. It's just like keyboards, and it's like a real ambient type quiet album. And you can tell they have like the potential with some of their quieter moments that they could probably do something like that. And it was so cool that they were like, yeah, we're gonna do a whole album like that. Yeah, I like a lot of their album art too. I know this one you could barely tell what the fuck is happening, but it's a tree. Yeah, the Primordial Arcana is kind of a cool kind of cover to it. It's fucking ugly. It's like disgusting looking. Yeah, get up close. Yeah, that's the new album. It's really good, and like another like. I don't know, like they don't sound like overproduced, but they definitely sound more pronounced, I think, in comparison. And Thrice Woven, I'm mixed on. It's like good, but it's like a little too much of the past they have in it. It's kind of like their return to form album.
I see. Yeah.
Because like I'm like, did they do anything better than they've done on Celestial Lineage or
the album cover again is
Black
really
Cascade?
Cool. I love it. I love the album cover.
Yeah.
So next is a track I was talking about that I really enjoyed, which was Cleansing.
Yeah, Cleansing.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, and like as far as like a pacing of an album, like fucking perfect. Like as far as like, hey, we got we had this like calm that like kind of turned into something a little, louder, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's still like an ambient intro, and then Vastus and Sorrow's like your fucking like banger.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, let's kind of bring it down a minute for the beginning of Cleansing. It does like, with the thunder clap and then just a frenzy again. But I mean, the placement of, the pacing of everything is really well thought out.
Yeah. I love the space that's made underneath the vocal to make it more dreamlike and more kind of ethereal. Yeah. The staticiness, like static, we kind of got a lot of that from the intro track.
Yeah. I'm not sure how they made it, if it was like a keyboard.
If it's just like a feedback type of thing, maybe. But it's a nice, comforting fuzz. It's like
it sounds like water.
It's a really beautiful, like a relaxing white noise type of thing. Like
it almost sounds like a waterfall kind of.
Yeah, or rainfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, going back
literally
to
cleansing.
Cleansing. The bong bong bong. I like those little timpanis. So pretty. Yeah,
you would like, they have an EP.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. It's probably on their list, but they have a song where they like, I don't know if it's with this singer, but it's an entirely female vocal, and it like it does like it gets heavy and shit, and they like just keep her floating over it.
Yeah,
it's a really good song.
Yeah, this is really pretty.
Looming Resonance, I think is what it's called.
Is she like officially a member of the band, or is she?
No, they've
a feature.
I don't think they've used the same like singers. I know the first album had a different like singer that came in.
That was bothering me.
And then there was this one on this album, and I think she's worked. I think this singer has worked with KO Dot before.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Or either her, or the one from the Diadem album.
Yeah,
I think she worked on Hubardo.
So, I'm trying to see, because I know there's a part in this track that it kicks back in. I think it's like at kind of close to this mark.
Yeah. The thunderclap, and then
yeah. Speaking of thunderclap, we had that lightning bolt that went through earlier. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, me too. Oh, so this singer came back for Celestial Lineage. There's a song that features her.
Nice.
Jessica Kenny.
Jessica Kenny?
With a K.
Jessica Kenny, you have a beautiful voice.
And then Black Cascade didn't use any additional people.
There's the thunderclap. Yep.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck?
There we go. Yeah, that's it. So sweet.
This is always a song that it actually, growing up, was like the hardest one for me to get into, because I love the beginning, and then I was like, I forget what happens after. But I don't know, I spent some time this week like listening to this one kind of exclusively, because I was just really familiar with the other two. And I love like it's the most like triumphant, well, not like triumphant, because I mean the others have their moments, but it's like the most like positive sounding for like how seemingly evil it kind of comes off.
It gives
like
me,
the chord progressions are like kind of happier.
Yeah, it's a very cinematic thing too, because I can imagine like it being shot to like a maybe like a Lord of the Rings type movie, or like type like a I watched The Witcher,
slow motion
not too
horse
long ago.
prancing,
yeah,
but then the fucking dragon thing,
yeah,
like,
cuts to a family
Yeah,
with
like,
like
oh,
their little
shit,
kids in the
they're
village.
fucking pillaging the village.
Yep.
Yeah, and fucking murder and shit, and guts and blood and fire.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
The thunder gave me flashbacks. So when I was a kid, I remember it vividly. My mom picked us up from the YMCA because we were going to like some kind of like I think my brother was doing junior weight training, and I think I was just went with my mom actually just to pick him up, and she starts playing Tool, and I think she started playing Wings for Marie
Part 2,
and it just started thunder. I'm like, Mom, what is this? And she's just like, just listen, you'll like it. It's Tool. I was like, okay, just Mom.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, as mixed as I am on Tool, I can't. That's a good song.
Yeah,
that's a fucking good song.
That was a good fucking song. I just remember
Sorry, guys.
I just remember listening to it, and I was just like, Mom, this is scaring me. It just cracks me up.
When he like says all that blasphemous shit before like the big moment.
Yeah.
I'm at the gates of heaven.
Yeah. Boom, boom, down, boom,
bring me
down,
the Son and the Son and the Father.
It's my time now. Give me my. Yeah.
Fuck Tool anyway.
Okay. Anyways. And I remember one time I was like asking my dad because I was curious, and maybe me and you were goofing and shit, but like I was like, hey Dad, where's your old Coal Chamber CD? And I just remember my mom chiming in and be like, that was my CD.
That's funny.
Big truck.
It's like, it's in my pocket where it belongs.
Yes. I carried it everywhere with me. But then she's also
a dollar store Slipknot.
Yeah. But then she's also the one who doesn't like other metal music because it doesn't have a groove. It doesn't like she's the deadhead too. So I think she likes prog, like progressive kind of zany stuff, I would imagine. Yeah. So like she probably would have liked,
Dream Theater.
I don't think she would like Dream Theater. No.
Someone's liking this shit.
Somebody's got to fucking like it.
They won a Grammy this year.
So many boomer dads. Or Gen X's. Yeah. That's a Gen X
I'll
band
never
for
get
sure.
it. I have tried several times, and it just
it's difficult.
Or like and then we were driving from Bloomington like last week, and I like made a playlist, put Dream Theater in there. Like I went on Spotify. I'm like, well, what's their best song?
Mm-hmm.
It's like this fucking like one step away from a worship band like ballad.
Yeah,
it's like got the most hits. Fucking sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
I was so mad, and I'm like, I was kind of in the mood for like some zany shit.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen often.
No,
and I put that on, and I was like, what the fuck is this? They're not even fucking wailing.
No,
and then like it was like the vocalist was singing most of the time, and that's the weakest part of the band.
Mm-hmm.
I was mad. Okay, I'm done.
No, I get. No, I definitely am there with you. I tried listening to them before and I couldn't.
Do you like that meme I sent you? It was like guy uses his.
Which one? You've been on a meme spree, dude. You've been like fucking blowing
guy
my
in prison
shit up.
Uses his one phone call to tell a random person that Ghost sucks.
Yeah,
that's me with Dream Theater on this podcast.
I think I saw something. I don't know if you said it to me too. It was just like universally like most hated band with a good name but shitty music is Ghost. Mad at Ghost for using a cool name for a band and making shitty music.
I don't actually hate Ghost.
I remember being in fucking typing like writing class in college with you, and you'd be watching Ghost music videos. And you'd just be like, dude, what the fuck is this? This is cool as shit. And then you'd eat a bag of bread out of your backpack. You just take white bread out of your backpack and start eating it, or tortillas.
I like their song "Monstrance Clock." That was good because it was so like happy. But then he's like singing about Satan and
some of the shit that you fucking sent me. It's on my phone, so I can't look at it right now. But I love.
And I
actually was talking to one of my coworkers about the meme you sent me. It's just like the couple laying in bed, just like, thank you so much for being there for when I eat too many mushrooms and destroy the Airbnb, and you have to hold me down, and I ruin the party.
Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, no. No, I think Ghost was interesting because
Yeah.
I first heard them like I think their new album or their first album to come out, and like it was on a list of like bands to check out, and Deaf Heaven was on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I heard Deaf Heaven. I'm like, oh, they sound like Happy Wolves, and
Aw.
yeah, I thought it was decent.
I love some Happy Wolves.
Sure, yeah, and then Ghost is on there, and I'm like, I saw a picture of them.
Oh, I got a Happy Wolf over there.
Oh yeah. I saw a picture of them. I'm like, oh, these guys must be the heaviest fucking band ever when they're dressed like that. And I put it on, it's like, la 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 la, Satan.
That's Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is that their appearance and their band name and the logo makes you think you're getting yourself into something crazy. And then it's just
and then
like
you see them on Colbert and the fucking.
It's like fucking like Beach Boys.
They're so popular too.
Yeah, it's like the fucking.
And I think that's why they like get so much shit.
Yeah.
I personally don't really listen to much because they get like King Diamond comparisons, but like the singers know King Diamond.
No.
I mean, allegedly they're under their fourth singer, but I think it's the same guy, and he just like says he's Papa Emeritus number 4. Just wears different makeup, but they like treat him like it's a new person in the band. That's so weird. Yeah, I mean, people love a good lore. I think like a little bit of like some type of other aesthetic or story.
Well, yeah, that's like the
music.
allure of a lot of these bands, and these like black
Wolves
bands,
in the
like,
Throne Room. Like,
those backstory and like like even though it was manufactured, but you know, like that's the thing you hear a lot about like Mayhem is just like, did you know that they like buried them before they went on stage?
You can never talk about Mayhem's music. You will never get there. There's never enough time
because you're only talking about the story and like the tragedy and the death and the fucked up shit that happened around this band, and
you put on the music, right?
And the image of it too. Like, you know, that's what you hear. It's like, did you know that they like buried themselves in dirt before going on stage, and so they looked like they were just buried, like dug up, or
like
did you hear?
We never know how much it's true, but
I don't even think I fucking have listened to a Mayhem song. You might have shown me maybe like bits and pieces of one.
I never really like cared that much about them. I mean, I liked Burzum better, but I don't really listen to Burzum after. It's funny. I don't like the murder and the church burnings.
Yeah,
I knew about those. Listen to Burzum, but then when I learned he was racist, then I was like, oh, I better cancel this fucking guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's funny to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's how society works too.
Yeah.
Like, he went to prison. I mean, big whoop. I'm like,
he's a people
fucking
go to prison.
Like, yeah, like that's enough for me to be like, no, like like it's okay to hate one guy and kill him, I guess. But
you know how many people we love have been in prison or have been in jail at some point.
But like, I mean, it was a heinous crime, and it's such an inconsistency that like, fuck it.
He was the one who stabbed the guy like 50 times in the back of the head, right?
Yeah, like he drove to that guy's place,
Euronymous?
Killed him, and said it was self-defense.
But he stabbed him like 40 or 30 sometimes.
It was like 20.
Oh,
it was quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, like
I think after
excessive.
maybe 3,
I think
the guy's probably gonna get off you, right? Like, yeah. So I mean, no one will really know because it's like,
I mean, it's just a bunch of jackasses. I mean, like even Mayhem is just like, we're gonna capitalize off a death of our singer. Like here's his bloody.
Well, that's the guy who
empty skull.
Died. Yeah,
that was Euronymous who did that.
Yeah, he's the one, and I think the other band members were like,
put it as the album cover.
Well, it was a bootleg.
Oh, okay.
Like it wasn't an official release.
Oh, I see.
You can't do that.
The picture's real.
The picture's real.
It's fucked.
He staged it.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
I remember you showed me that for the first time. It like his brain is literally laying next to him.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Hanging out of his forehead.
Right.
Fucked.
And then and that's like that's not even the main story.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the most fucked up part. It's like the murder of that guy who staged it.
Yeah.
Like we talk about that more.
Oh, he staged the picture? Like he made it look even more brutal?
Yeah, he's like, I put the shotgun there, took photos, and then he like
I didn't know that.
The other band member, and he's like, hey, Dead killed himself.
He said
Dead did something really cool. He killed himself. I got photos.
Oh my God.
And the other guitar player's like, I'm going to quit the band.
Oh my God.
You need to get rid of that shit.
That's like, talk about it. Like, was this guy just like so sociopathic or just like dumb? Like he didn't understand the cues that this is not a good thing. This is not a cool thing. a man who is now dead. And
they're all kids. I mean,
literally his name was dead. Like, how old were they? With like 20s, early 20s, teenagers?
Yeah, like 18 to like 24 or whatever.
When
they made that, they made a movie about this.
When does your brain like develop the part where it's like empathy and like I felt like I've been empathetic since I was a fucking kid, and I think that's why I've been anxious my whole fucking life. But like,
yeah,
at a certain point, man, you got to look at that and be like, this is fucked.
Right.
It's like, oh man, this is a perfect opportunity for a cool photo. Like, my friend is dead, but I'm put a shotgun next to him.
Well, and this is why
he takes a few of his teeth and put them around. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
This is why I don't think any band should really try to go like
play in his blood for a little bit. Just, that's just for me. That's just for fun.
This is why I don't think bands should really try to go for like the evil image, because they will never come close to what pure evil is, and it is that.
That is that. You'll never scratch
they will
that
never
surface.
be able to, like, everyone wants to be harder, no one should do it either.
That's pure evil. That is evil.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it spawned a whole scene, and I mean, some great bands came out of it. It's like an anti-Pearl Jam type thing where things got better after that happened.
Yeah.
Like, because their music is not that remarkable. I don't really get like.
Oh, Mayhem?
Yeah, I don't really understand. Like, I don't really care for it that much. There's other bands that came out before and after around that same time from that same area that I like a lot more.
Was Celtic Frost one of them?
No, they were earlier.
Was
Celtic Frost was from the 80s.
Oh, Abbott band.
Immortal, yeah, Immortal was doing it, but they didn't really do, as Abbott said, extracurricular activities.
Oh, okay.
Church burnings and shit. And then Burzum is like the reason why one-man bands exist.
Yeah.
But like, there's a Lords of Chaos movie with like Rory Culkin in it, and it's about this tragedy.
Yeah.
And everyone like slaughtered it because they're like, they made it just look so juvenile.
Because
like,
it is.
Because
it was a bunch of dumbass kids doing dumbass shit.
We've placed these men on like these pedestals as like icons and gods.
They were fucking kids.
Music. Yeah, and like
they were children.
Yeah, exactly.
I look at a 20-year-old or even a 22-year-old. I'm like, that's a fucking kid.
Sure. Yeah.
Fucking dumbass kid. Their brains not even developed yet.
Great music came from this time, but like, it was not made by like, it was almost accidental that like these stupid kids made something kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then, and now and these are the fan base that like thinks like false metals like Wolves in the Throne Room like don't deserve to like make this music because they're not pure or true or kilt.
Was there ever like the truly like fleshed out reason why Dead decided to go through with that? Like, did he actually have some depression he was going through?
Extreme.
He had extreme depression that he was struggling with that led to that. Because I didn't know if it was like, it sounds crazy to even think that somebody would go that far for.
Well, I mean, the dude would like mutilate himself on stage.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was.
He definitely had some.
It was one of those no one's too surprised things. And like, especially when you have a friend like that,
self-mutilation,
who's like egging you on like that to be more metal and asking his bandmates to bury him before the show so his clothes look more dead. And, I mean, they're bringing like dead animals on stage and shit. And they said like if there was 300 people in the audience at the beginning of the show and only 50 by the end, that was a good night.
Yeah,
you made 250 people leave.
Yeah, it's just a sad story. It really is.
And I mean, this is the roots of, well, like they call it second wave black metal, but I mean, most bands were inspired, like as far as what it sounded like. I mean, people say Merciful Fate, King Diamond kind of were the first wave, and Celtic Frost was first wave. And then like Mayhem spawned the second wave. But like most bands nowadays, when they think of black metal, they think of like, the 90s. And they're not like, King Diamond going,
right.
Is,
or like Fate's Warning.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that's heavy metal or power metal. Power prog.
Yeah. It's, maybe more some black, facets. Maybe some black and stuff going on. But
yeah, or Venom. Venom was kind of the first one, but they were thrash pretty much.
Yeah, that was thrash.
Their album was
glammy,
thrashy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as like the aesthetics of black metal, like for like being inspired by living in the wintry mountains, and, like a lot of the bands.
That's why I love the outdoorsy kind of feel of this genre. Like I feel like I can smell the smoke from the campfire and the wind coming. Like in I love that about this genre. That's what I love about Agalloch, because you get that feeling of it, and I like that about this too. Is you feel like you're immersed in some kind of like wilderness. And I really long for that. I've been trying actually for a while to plan some kind of backpacking trip. I don't know. I tried getting my brother to do it, but we got busy. I want to just rough it. Like I want to just take a tent on my back, go into a wilderness, find camp, and just kind of set up for a night and just like watch the stars and just kind of. I want to do that at some point, and that's what
it is like fucking wet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like what you signed up for.
Yeah,
and
you've done something that I've wanted to do. Yeah, that's awesome. I want to do it at some point. Jordan's not a big outdoorsy person, and nobody would trust me enough to do it for me to do it on my own. So, but one day.
Are you asking me to go with you?
No, not really. I mean, if that's not something you enjoy, you'd probably have more fun doing that with me than honestly. But
you might actually hate it with me. What if I fuck with you too much?
I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That would be a more enjoyable experience for sure. But yeah, maybe.
We could vlog it.
We could vlog it.
Yeah.
No one's done that.
I know we're quite a bit of time into this one already. I know we talked about the lyrics to "I Will Lay Down My Bones." I like this one.
This song is its own beast. This might have like my favorite melody from them. Like
okay,
well, like this part, but like at the beginning, not the beginning, but like in the first section of the song when it like breaks and it does a
I like it kicks in about 13-minute mark too, which is it's a really cool kind of kick in.
Yeah.
So we're about a minute into
it's a great guitar tone.
The last track. Yeah, it's really pretty.
And it did in a barn.
Thought it smelled Aggie.
I don't. I'm not trying to either.
Yeah, I like that.
I smell it.
I think because Louise is going to go. I think one of them probably just took a big shit.
They made Louise leave the room.
Yep. She went over there and smelled the door and left.
Like, nope.
not going in there.
It's like after this when it breaks.
Yeah.
And it goes into that kind of slower gallop. I love that part so much. It's so like, it's so triumphant, man. I've been saying it a lot.
Damn, that's a nasty shit.
Yeah. Just like smell your microphone. Just gotta put your nose on it.
Yeah. Get the noise of us smelling. It's not helping.
It's not helping?
No.
It helps me. So how you doing over there?
Struggling. I'll be fine.
You want to smell the magazine?
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Or why don't you smell your drink? I know that ain't water.
I'll smell the magazine. Oh, sorry, Mike. It's already kind of gone away.
Yeah, you're fine. Grow up. It's not the worst thing she's done. Oh, yeah. Smell the print.
Actually smells really good.
Yeah. I miss magazines.
Me too.
It kind of like, it's nice. Oh, yeah, here we are.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite part. I love that, like, melody. I used to know how to play this one. I don't remember it. I mean, you could play this whole album, like it's certainly not impossible. But it's such a fun little riff. But yeah, I think Def Heaven certainly took a lot of inspiration from this. Even like the way the drummer does the ride cymbal, like you hear that so much in Def Heaven's music.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Roads to Judah came out in 2011, so like 4 years later. And Sunbather was 13. It's like 6. But Def Heaven was also like influenced by like shoegaze bands more so than I think Wolves. I think Wolves said mainly was like Godspeed You Black Emperor, and among the original black metal bands like that.
Yeah. Can I read this little excerpt from
Sure.
by Joseph Schaefer from Decibel in this Decibel magazine?
Fuck yeah, dude.
In the Heart of the Woods by Joseph Schaefer, The Making of Wolves in the Throne Room's Two Hunters. The scent of cedar and oil smoke. Ooh. Mist hangs in the air. The faint glow of lamps is the only illumination, and the meditative drone of soft synthesizers is the only sound. All of a sudden, two beams of light pierce the fog. In a volley of tremolo-picked riffs and double bass drumming strikes like a storm coming in from the ocean. That's what it is like seeing Olympia, Washington black metal trio Wolves in the Throne Room play after the release of their sophomore album, Two Hunters, in 2007. Composed of brothers Aaron and Nathan Weaver, drummer and guitarist / vocalist, respectively, and guitarist Rick Dallin, Wolves in the Throne Room laid out a distinctive vision for what American black metal could be on their debut album. The Atom of 12 Stars, where their Norwegian forebears were maleficent and furious as a blizzard, Wolves were meditative and introspective, using blinding rhythms and symphonic guitars to evoke the temperate and rain-soaked pine forests of the Pacific Northwest.
Wow.
Doesn't that just make you just want to run into like... have you ever seen the show Alone?
No.
It's like a show where they just like make people live miserably by themselves in hopes of winning like $100,000, sometimes $1 million.
Sounds like a pandemic.
And but it's in the woods.
And
okay. One of the places they usually kind of drop them off is called Vancouver Island, and it's kind of that very Pacific north, like kind of like off Alaska, kind of in that area.
No.
So it's like very much kind of like rings true to that. It's kind of a cool show. I really liked it, but
makes you think of that. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to read that because I was.
That's a good little.
Yeah. So like a 13-minute mark it does. So it gets quiet, and then it picks back up.
Yeah, I had that hazy part too.
Yeah.
Before this, but this is like the bookend of like. They're playing the main melody from the beginning, the quiet intro, like the same kind of notes and shit.